And today as you rode the train, you noticed that we've updated the theming in that old town kind of section where there's going to be more theming coming this summer. And so you're going to make sure you come back and ride it again. Right now I'd like to introduce the Vice President and General Manager of Kings Island, Mr. Mike Koontz. And Mike, you've got a lot to talk about with our 50th anniversary.
How's lunch? Chef, where are you, Chef? I saw you, there you are, so everybody give Chef a round of applause. He never disappoints. Hey, welcome, Coasterstock. Good to see you again. It's been a while, and it's always one of my favorite days to see all of you here. With a common theme. You guys love Kings Island, right? All right. So, if you don't know, this is our 50th anniversary, right? And this is a special year. How many of you were here on April 29th? Okay, a lot of you. All right, that was such a special day, not only for me, but for a lot of our former general managers, retirees, etc. And that was such a memorable day for me to be part of that. So, and we've got a lot more in store this year. Starting next weekend, Memorial Day weekend, and I'm sure you've seen the social media, the announcement about fun, fireworks, and 50. Have you seen that yet? Have you seen it? I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. I already know what well, they're still working on it. They're still working on programming all the lights, the sound. We have a special guest that night, Mr. Barry Williams, a.k.a. Greg Brady. He and I have something in common. Can anybody guess what Greg Brady or Barry Williams and I have in common? What? I don't have curly hair. Same age? No, he's actually 3 years older than me. He's 67. Anybody have another guess? Yeah, he's been to Kings Island. Okay, we both have gray hair. Okay? We both have gray hair. That's what he and I have in common. I've never run around the park looking for plans. Usually, the maintenance guys, they bring the plans to me, so I don't have to go hunt for them. But I have ridden a racer, so we have that in common as well. So, again, I just can't say how good it is to see everyone. Where's Brandon Mason? Is Brandon here? Is Brandon here? Okay, so you guys, some of you submitted questions for me to answer. Brandon didn't have a question, but I loved his post. I'll read it to you. See if I can find it real quick. Maybe Don's got it. Here it is. I love Brandon's post. Mr. Koontz is an amazing person. Thank you for all you do for the patrons. Thank you, Brandon, for posting that. I appreciate that very much, even though he's not here. So, but speaking of questions, I'm sure all of you are dying to hear what I have to say about some of the questions that you've asked, right? All right. So the first question, is from Grant Pleasant Sr. When will Diamondback receive a new paint job? So as you know, we painted a lot of rides this year. Starting last fall, finishing up this year, we painted Eiffel Tower, Racer, we painted Drop Tower, we painted Flying Ace. What else did we paint? Oh, we painted Backlot. We painted Backlot. We painted Adventure Express. So my goal, again, I have goals. You know, it costs a lot of money to paint rides. So my goal is that Diamondback will get a paint job next year. Okay? Huh?
All right, my next question from Haley. She wants to know, Mr. Koontz, have you ever ridden the racer together with Don Hubbard, that is me, and how was that experience? And if not, what do we need to do to make that happen?
You know, I saw that question and I asked Don, have we? And he said, I don't think so. And that's...
Mike, GM, has not ridden the race with me. Before him, Greg Scheid, GM, did not ride the race with me. I think GMs don't like PR people.
All right, Don, we'll make a date. Either today or tomorrow. Either today or tomorrow. All right? Okay, which seat?
Next question. Who is flying all the drones in the new fireworks show?
Hey, I mentioned fun fireworks in the 50s, so it's a show. You know, if you've been here for our nighttime fireworks show, it's pretty incredible. You know, with the lights on Ice Street, the fountain. But this year we're adding a lot more lights. We still have fireworks, but this year we'll have 200 drones in the air as well. So if you're standing at the front of International Street looking at the tower, the fireworks on the left, as always, the drones will be on the right-hand side. And the drones are owned by Rossi Fireworks. So the same company that does our fireworks will be doing the drones. Okay?
The next question from Michael. Is Boob Blasters ever going to be overhauled or replaced? It hasn't changed much in all the 10 years since its conversion from Scooby-Doo, and it's showing its age.
Kind of like Diamondback, you know, I personally, I want Boob Blasters to be upgraded, okay? So, it's on my list. But I have a lot of things on my list. But I agree, Boob Blasters needs to be enhanced, you know, maybe rethemed, you know, something new and different, you know, better technology. So, has anybody been ridden Toy Story and at Disney? You love that ride? I love it too. So, you know, I'd love to do something like that, would be my thought. But again, we have corporate partners, you know, in planning and design, and you know, I wish I could make all the decisions myself, but I have a boss, and he has a boss, and they have a boss, and so forth. So, but yes, definitely, you know, hopefully in the next years, we'll redo Boob Blasters.
John would like to know if you could bring back one defunct attraction from Kings Island's past 49 years, what would it be?
Let's see. You know, when I was a lot younger, and I visited the park back in the 70s and 80s, you know, one of the rides I really enjoyed because it was so unique, so different, you know, as a coaster. Has anybody got a guess? What? No, not but Daniel, not Bavarian Beetle. What? King Cobra. would bring, if I could, I'd bring King Catered back.
All right, Caleb would like to know, are you planning on keeping the Timberwolf concert series as a permanent things each season, or is it just for 2022?
Yeah, a lot of celebrating the 50th anniversary was, in some ways it's about nostalgia. It's about things of the past, but also things of the present and hopefully for the future. And one of the things that made Kings Island so special back in the 80s and 90s were concerts. And our live entertainment team does a great job with all the shows and you think about Carnival and Winterfest and so forth. This year we're going to have a lot of great entertainment, but when we were planning the 50th, one of the things that we said we've got to do is bring back concerts to Timberwolf, okay? And this year we're learning about the concert business. It's an interesting business, and a lot of concert venues this year are reopening, post-COVID. So there's a lot of competition. But I think some of the work we've done with Timberwolf to have a separate entrance, to Timberwolf for those people who don't want to come into the amusement park, they just want to come to the concert. I can't imagine why. They just want to go to the concert, all right? But this year's a test. If this year is successful, so success means people have to buy tickets to the concert, okay? We've had Spirit Song in the past. I know there was a question about Spirit Song. One of the things we wanted to make sure we did this year was have a Christian band and a Christian night. So we've got Skillet and Jordan St. Cyr. Skillet's been very popular with Spirit Song in the past. Jordan St. Cyr is an up-and-coming artist. He's phenomenal, by the way. So if we do concerts next year, it depends upon how successful they are this year. My desire is to have them again next year. Okay, that's what I want to do. So.
All right, last question comes from Dan. With all the great breweries in and near Kings Island, are there any plans to have a beer, wine, distillery event in the future, such as we've seen around the amusement park industry? We have the International Food event, maybe a drink event. Can accompany.
In the past 2-3 years, especially, we partnered with Sonder Brewing here in Cincinnati, a small craft brewery that's brought you Giga Lager. They brought you Blue Ice Cream Ale. Those will be back this summer. We're also partnering with Platform Beer out of Columbus, who's sponsoring our Timberwolf concert series. And a focus for us is to provide new experiences outside of rides. Our focus is on providing those experiences like Carnival, like Winterfest, in a food festival, wine, beer festival type format. So again, we have a lot of great partners in our corporate office, in our food and beverage and events team that certainly doing something like that is important to our guests. Especially we saw how much people liked some of the craft beers that we're doing, as well as some of the specialty drinks that we do for like on Winterfest, etc. So definitely something that we should do. Let's hear it. I can do another one. Somebody asked, I'm going to ask you a question. Excuse me. Somebody asked if I could steal a ride from any other park in the country, which ride would it be? Must be my allergies. Anyway. So I thought, when I saw that question, I thought about it, and it's kind of like, if we had the room, I would take all the top 5 wooden coasters and steel coasters from every park and put them here. That's my answer. But I'm going to ask you, what would you say? What? Velocicoaster, okay. Flying Eagles. Yeah, my answer to that, I'll tell you the story. A couple of years ago, Carowinds was remodeling, one of the areas of the park, and Flying Eagles was, off to the side, So I called Pat Jones, who was the GM of Carowinds, and I said, I'm going to drive a truck down 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to load Flying Eagles up and bring them back home. And she told me she would have me arrested on sight. So, anyway. Hey, there's a lot of great rides out there in the industry. We have a lot of great rides. Definitely, we're always looking for a ride that's going to meet our guest expectations. It's going to be fun, thrilling, have broad appeal for the coaster enthusiasts and the young coaster enthusiasts as well. So we're always looking for that type of ride. It's like none of the questions was, what are you going to do in the crypt? Don saying, why did you bring that up? It's obvious. I mean, kind of like Boob Blasters, something needs to go in the crypt building. I believe that. I want that to happen someday. Okay? Where's Vinny? I know Vinny's around here somewhere. There he is. Maybe Vinny, maybe someday we'll have a madhouse in there. Does that work? Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Have fun today.